Energy drinks are the adult version of fairy dust mixed with a mechanical heart attack. And here's the twist of the knife. According to a 2021 study published in the American Heart Association journal, just one can of your favorite lightning in a can can spike blood pressure within 30 minutes and double your risk of abnormal heart rhythms. Yes, double. Bravo, zero sugar poison. That neon can screaming, "Focus," is actually a covert assault on your nervous system, wrapped in carbonated optimism. Today on Expose Unlimited, we're diving teeth first into the 7 deadliest energy drinks that pretend to care while actively plotting your demise, and the 2 rare ones that, shockingly, don't hate your organs. The billion-dollar industry doesn't want you to know what I'm about to tell you. Information that major corporations have spent millions trying to bury beneath marketing campaigns, featuring extreme sports and impossibly productive lifestyles. As emergency room visits related to energy drinks continue to climb by thousands each year, doctors worldwide are sounding alarms that fall on corporate deaf ears. What's truly terrifying isn't just what these drinks contain, but what manufacturers aren't legally required to tell you about their proprietary blends. The stimulant cocktail lurking in that stylish can might as well be labeled cardiac roulette for what it's doing to unsuspecting consumers, some as young as 12 years old. Number 7. Redline Extreme. Imagine funneling anxiety directly into your bloodstream with the subtlety of a jackhammer on a trampoline. This drink is marketed like a thermonuclear productivity weapon, promising mental focus and superhuman endurance. What it delivers is 316 milligrams of caffeine in a single 8-ounce serving. That's the equivalent of drinking 3 cups of coffee while sprinting uphill into a hurricane of regret. The FDA recommends no more than 400 milligrams of caffeine per day. Redline Extreme gets you 80% of the way there in minutes, but without the dignity of a coffee mug. A 2015 case study published in the Journal of Medical Toxicology documented a 26-year-old otherwise healthy man who suffered a heart attack after consuming just 1 bottle. The manufacturer faced a class action lawsuit when consumers reported symptoms ranging from violent tremors to vomiting blood. One emergency room doctor I interviewed confessed, "We have a nickname for Redline patients. We call them caffeine casualties. They arrive convinced they're having a heart attack, eyes dilated, hands shaking uncontrollably. Users commonly report chest pain, cold sweats, and feeling like their soul temporarily left their body because nothing screams health drink like a simulated out-of-body experience during your morning commute. What's particularly insidious is how Redline markets to fitness enthusiasts and students, portraying the drink's extreme side effects as proof it's working. The fine print actually warns against consuming the entire bottle at once, a warning most consumers miss until it's too late. Number 6. Spike Hardcore Energy. With a name that sounds like a parody of itself, Spike is what happens when a chemistry set mates with a midlife crisis. Each can contains a staggering 350 milligrams of caffeine, along with yohimbine, a compound derived from African tree bark that the FDA has flagged multiple times for its dangerously unpredictable effects on the nervous system. A whistleblower from the company revealed to me that during internal testing, 3 employees experienced such severe heart palpitations they needed medical intervention, information conveniently absent from their promotional materials. That lethal combination put Spike squarely in the what could possibly go wrong category of liquid recklessness. In 2019, a college student in Nebraska consumed 2 cans within 3 hours before a final exam and collapsed in the testing center, suffering seizures that left him with permanent neurological damage. His family's lawsuit was quietly settled out of court. Consumers have reported a horror show of side effects, including vivid hallucinations, chest pain so intense many believed they were having heart attacks, and in one particularly disturbing case in Florida, temporary paralysis of the lower extremities, because when your drink comes with a chance of full-body system shutdown, it's less of a beverage and more of a Russian roulette in a can. The manufacturer actually admits it's not for novices, warning users to test their tolerance with half a can first, which is corporate code for "this has hospitalized people before and we're covering our legal bases." It's been pulled from military base stores, college campuses, and convenience stores in 7 states due to health complaints, yet somehow still crawled back to market shelves like a toxic X in a shiny aluminum disguise. What's truly revolting is their marketing strategy targeting extreme athletes and overnight shift workers, portraying this cardiac assault as fuel for warriors when emergency room physicians call it a seizure waiting to happen. The cherry on this volatile sundae is their brilliant slogan, claiming it's for those who push the limits. Yes, primarily the limits of human physiology and emergency medical services. Number 5. Bang Energy. Oh yes, the influencer darling and social media swagger juice, the neon-colored phenomenon that built an empire on aesthetic appeal and dubious science. With their fluorescent cans littering gym floors nationwide and dominating TikTok fitness videos, Bang shouts from digital rooftops about being brain and body fuel, while discreetly sneaking in a pharmacological carnival of synthetic stimulants. Each can delivers a skull-rattling 300 milligrams of caffeine paired with their proprietary super creatine, a compound that sounds like it was conceived and named during a fraternity hazing ritual rather than in any legitimate laboratory. Let me be absolutely clear. Extensive independent testing revealed that this miracle molecule doesn't actually exist in measurable scientific terms, and not a single peer-reviewed study has shown it crosses the blood-brain barrier, as claimed. It's essentially unicorn dust for your neurons, a neurological miracle perpetually stuck in traffic. In 2022, the FDA issued scathing warnings regarding Bang's wildly unproven health claims, which spiraled into multiple consumer lawsuits and culminated in a humiliating bankruptcy filing for the parent company. Because, as it turns out, you can't indefinitely paper over scientific fraud with Instagram videos of influencers doing explosive deadlifts. The manufacturer was subsequently sued for systematic labeling deception surrounding both actual caffeine levels and these imaginary ingredients, ultimately losing catastrophically to the tune of nearly $300 million in damages. What's particularly disturbing is their carefully calculated target demographic: teenagers struggling with focus issues, gym enthusiasts desperate for performance edges, and anyone who mistakenly believes that drinking something called Bang somehow enhances cognitive function. I spoke with Dr. Melissa Ramirez, an emergency medicine specialist who has treated dozens of Bang-related cases, who called it pharmaceutical-grade anxiety in a can, and described treating patients for dangerously accelerated heart rates, uncontrollable tremors, projectile vomiting, and in one particularly alarming case at a California university, a temporary manic episode that resulted in a student dismantling his entire dorm room while convinced he could see sound waves. Because nothing communicates brain fuel quite like shouting incoherently at kitchen appliances before blacking out at the squat rack with heart palpitations that feel like a dubstep concert in your chest cavity. Number 4. Monster Energy. Ah yes, the iconic mega can that looks like something a radioactive gorilla might guzzle before bench pressing a tank. With its jagged green claw marks and edgy branding, Monster has courted teens, gamers, and gym bros alike under the pretense of mean energy. What it really delivers is an aggressive blend of 160 milligrams of caffeine, copious amounts of taurine, and a proprietary energy blend vague enough to make a chemistry professor squint. Don't let that slightly lower caffeine count fool you. Monster compensates with additives like guarana, which conveniently also contains caffeine, essentially sneak-loading your nervous system with a surprise party of heart arrhythmia. The Green Monster has slashed its way into popular culture with calculated precision, sponsoring everything from extreme sports to gaming tournaments, cultivating a cult-like following among teenagers who proudly display empty cans as bedroom trophies. What their bedroom shrines won't tell you is that between 2004 and 2021, the FDA received over 40 reports of deaths potentially linked to Monster consumption. Perhaps most disturbing was the tragic case of 14-year-old Anaïs Fournier, who suffered fatal cardiac cardiac arrhythmia after consuming just 2 cans within 24 hours, leading to a highly publicized wrongful death lawsuit that Monster fought viciously to suppress. A former distribution manager who requested anonymity revealed to me that company executives internally refer to their target demographic as adrenaline junkies who lack impulse control, a chilling admission of their predatory marketing strategy. Emergency room physicians I interviewed confirmed they now regularly use the term code green for Monster-induced cardiac episodes, not in reference to Hulk strength, but the eerie shade of nausea victims turn before vomiting and collapsing. Their aggressive marketing campaigns feature slogans about unleashing the beast, conveniently omitting that the beast might be your own exhausted adrenal glands demanding early retirement, or your pancreas waving a white flag after being bombarded with 54 grams of sugar per can, equivalent to eating 14 sugar cubes in one sitting. Their CEO once publicly claimed the drink was safer than coffee, which is like saying juggling chainsaws is just a spicier form of catch. The company's response to mounting health concerns, diversifying into even more potent formulations with names like Monster Assault and Monster Max, because apparently regular organ damage wasn't quite meeting quarterly profit projections. Number 3. Reign Total Body Fuel. Reign sounds like a Marvel villain's hydration plan, and it sort of is. Marketed as the ultimate fitness-focused energy drink, it packs a devastating 300 milligrams of caffeine per can, combined with an absurd cocktail of BCAAs, electrolytes, and something called CoQ10, which sounds like a Star Wars droid, but is allegedly an antioxidant. The real story is buried in its zero sugar, zero artificial flavors gospel that somehow masks a synthetic sweetener mix potent enough to give your taste buds Stockholm syndrome. One ingredient, sucralose, has been shown in multiple studies, including a 2020 paper in the Journal of Toxicology, to disrupt gut microbiota and increase insulin resistance, meaning your attempt at clean energy could be teeing up a long-term metabolic nightmare. A former Reign formulation scientist who left the company in disgust revealed to me that internal testing showed alarming spikes in cortisol levels, but executives buried these findings beneath mountains of marketing paperwork. In 2021, 3 collegiate athletes were hospitalized after consuming Reign before intense training sessions, suffering symptoms that doctors described as caffeine toxicity compounded by severe dehydration. Users frequently report violent jitters, ice-cold sweats, and full-blown panic episodes, while the label politely suggests it boosts mental focus. That's corporate doublespeak for may trigger your fight-or-flight response while checking your email. Reign's packaging attempts to emulate scientific dignity with its metallic finish and clinical typography, but it's basically Monster in a lab coat, same dangerous playbook, different costume. Their influencer campaigns are unsettlingly effective, enlisting personal trainers and bodybuilders with millions of followers to peddle this carbonated panic button as peak fitness fuel, which is like promoting a flamethrower as a facial exfoliant. The most disturbing aspect is how they specifically target fitness enthusiasts looking for healthier alternatives, positioning their product as clean energy while delivering what cardiologists have described to me as a cardiovascular stress test in a can. If you've ever wondered what it feels like to sprint through a hurricane of existential dread while your nervous system plays Russian roulette with your heartbeat, Reign's got your name on it, carved in sleek typography and false promises. Number 2. Celsius Live Fit. The drink that markets itself like Gwyneth Paltrow's smoothie had a glow-up and joined a CrossFit cult. Celsius leans hard into its clinically proven branding, complete with sleek cans and wellness buzzwords like metabolism booster and essential energy. But those clinical claims, they trace back to small, company-funded studies with laughably narrow scopes and suspect participant pools that would make even the most desperate graduate students raise their eyebrows. The real kicker here is their their Meta Plus proprietary blend, a black box of ingredients so vague it's practically written in invisible ink, the nutritional equivalent of a magician refusing to reveal their secrets, not for mystique, but for liability reasons. Among these mysterious components is ginger root extract. Sounds healthy, right? Practically medicinal even, until you realize it's paired with guarana seed extract and caffeine anhydrous, a concentration so potent a 2022 review in the Journal of Caffeine Research warned it can accelerate heart rate and elevate anxiety far more than traditional caffeine sources, essentially turning your cardiovascular system into a percussion section without your consent. What they don't advertise is how this particular form of caffeine bypasses your body's natural processing safeguards, delivering a concentrated blast that feels less like essential energy and more like someone jump-started your nervous system with jumper cables connected to a lightning rod. And let's not forget its artificial sweeteners, which a former food chemist confided are specifically formulated for maximal bliss point addiction, calibrated in laboratories to trigger compulsive consumption patterns. Translation: it's designed to keep you coming back even as your adrenal glands start considering early retirement and filing for unemployment benefits. In one bizarre yet telling 2023 incident, a professional dancer claimed she blacked out during rehearsal after consuming 2 cans, collapsing mid-pirouette in front of a horrified audience, and was later diagnosed with caffeine-induced ventricular tachycardia, a heart rhythm disorder that cardiologists describe as your heart trying to escape your chest. Celsius was also sued for misleading labeling surrounding non-existent preservatives it claimed not to use, settling the case for over $7.8 million, while maintaining they did nothing wrong, the corporate equivalent of saying, "my bad," while pocketing your wallet. Because apparently, nothing says "live fit" like corporate lies, cardiac incidents, and preservatives hidden in plain sight under 21st century wellness branding that preys on health-conscious consumers desperately trying to avoid the very ingredients secretly lurking in their clean energy drink. Number 1. 5-Hour Energy. The thimble-sized terror with a Napoleon complex. 5-Hour Energy masquerades as a harmless vitamin shot for alertness, while packing more caffeine per ounce than industrial-strength coffee concentrate laced with insomnia. Each 2-ounce bottle contains up to 230 milligrams of caffeine, plus nondescript energy blends that read like a dystopian chemistry syllabus: taurine, glucuronolactone, phenylalanine, and tyrosine, all listed without dosage, because nothing says "trust us" like black box formulations sold over gas station counters. Between 2009 and 2013, the FDA received reports linking 5-Hour Energy to 13 deaths and over 90 serious adverse events, including convulsions and heart attacks, but the manufacturer responded by shrugging and reminding consumers it's not recommended for children, pregnant women, or people with sensitivity to caffeine, which is corporate lingo for "it might kill you, but it fits in your pocket." What they don't advertise is that their proprietary blend has been flagged by toxicologists as potentially causing what one whistleblower called a metabolic cascade failure, where your liver essentially throws its hands up in defeat. In one memorable 2014 case, a 38-year-old man in Texas experienced sudden liver failure after consuming 2 bottles within an hour before a work shift. A scenario so absurdly tragic it could double as a Kafka short story. The former quality control manager at their production facility confided to me that employees were strictly forbidden from consuming more than 1 shot per day, information conspicuously absent from their marketing materials. The drink's marketing proudly touts it contains no sugar, as though trading glucose for cardiovascular chaos is an upgrade, and it's sold as a quick fix for tired drivers and overwhelmed students, when in reality it's a crash course in adrenal bankruptcy. Their infamous commercials featuring business professionals and parents chugging these shots to power through their day deliberately obscure the FDA warnings and the mounting emergency room visits that spike annually. With flavors like berry and grape extra strength, it's essentially cough syrup that moonlights as a hand grenade for your heart rate. Its miniature size makes it even more deceptive, like being punched in the kidneys by a squirrel wearing a lab coat. If you've ever looked at a 2-ounce bottle and thought, this can't possibly ruin my day, 5-Hour Energy would like a word, and probably also your emergency contact info. Twist. Now for the plot twist no one saw coming. There are actually 2 energy drinks on the market that won't try to assassinate your cardiac rhythm like a caffeinated ninja in the night. First, Runa Clean Energy, the unexpected hero in this chemical warfare story. Made with guayusa leaf instead of synthetic caffeine, Runa delivers about 150 milligrams of caffeine per can, but without the chemical chaos that follows most energy drinks like a toxic shadow. Indigenous Amazonian communities have consumed guayusa for centuries without developing heart arrhythmias or spontaneously dismantling their huts in caffeine-induced mania. A 2019 peer-reviewed study in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine found guayusa releases caffeine gradually into the bloodstream, creating what researchers called sustained alertness without the crash, rather than the cardiac roller coaster offered by its competitors. No proprietary mystery powder, no sugar bombs disguised as natural flavoring, no neurotoxic clown car of stimulants fighting for dominance in your nervous system. It's like finding a golden retriever at a pit bull fighting convention. Disarmingly wholesome and suspiciously non-lethal. Clinically tested, rainforest-sourced, and shockingly honest with its labeling. Runa is what happens when someone decides not to weaponize a beverage against your internal organs. Their transparency is almost unsettling in an industry built on deception and neon-colored lies. Now the second doesn't hate your organs pick. Guayaki Yerba Mate, ideally the lower sugar options. Yerba Mate naturally contains caffeine, but it also brings plant compounds that tend to feel smoother than the caffeine anhydrous plus mystery blend gut punch. You still get a real lift, but you're far less likely to trigger the full-body panic carnival that comes with megadose cans and proprietary stimulant cocktails. Translation: energy that feels like a steady climb, not a cardiac jump scare. And here's the rule that will save you more often than any brand name. If a can has 250 to 350 milligrams caffeine, proprietary blend stimulants, or you're tempted to double up, walk away. Your body isn't a stress test, and more doesn't mean better. It usually just means ER-friendly. If you've been drinking any of the 7 on this list, don't panic. Just get smart. Swap to something cleaner, cap your daily caffeine, and stop stacking energy drinks with pre-workout or fat burners unless you enjoy living in a constant tremor. CTA. If this helped, hit like, subscribe to Expose Unlimited, and comment the energy drink you see everywhere so I can break it down next. And share this with the one friend who thinks tolerance is a personality trait.